Test.
Yep.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Trying to get the scoreboard up, folks. Had some Wi-Fi.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Brookfield Central High School for the Luke Holman WIAA Boys Basketball Showcase here on Zaleski Sports. Elijah Venkslot alongside Matt Peck with you here today for 1 out of 2 games on Zaleski Sports. Got a lot of thrilling basketball tonight on the network. Both teams coming in pretty good. Sussex-Hamilton versus Waterford is our first game. The Waterford Wolverines coming in coached by Nick Ragland. 12-2 on the season, 6-0 on conference in the Southern Lakes. Sussex-Hamilton coached by Andy Cerrone. They are 5-7 on the year. I believe they're 3-3 in conference. Glad you guys could join us here for the first of 2 games. Got a lot of exciting basketball to look forward to tonight. Starting lineups tonight here. First for the technically rolled team, Sussex-Hamilton, Ryan Heckman, number 1. Number 2, Alec Vernon. Number 5, Asher Haas. Number 10, Cole Erdman. And number 24, Jack Young. And the starting lineups for the Waterford Wolverines, number 4, Caden Lepisto. Jameson Beasley, number 11. Number 13, Ryan Dashner. And Caden Gustafson, number 22. And number 33, Jace Brechtel.
Oh, boy.
Taking it up the top of the key, Colin Lepisto. Moving it around. Jameson Beasley, one of the high-scoring guys, throwing it out of bounds that time, and it's going to go right to the Hamilton Chargers. Last season, the Sussex-Hamilton Chargers were one of the big teams in that Greater Metro Conference. This year, a little bit different. 5-7 start to the year, not too bad in conference, as a foul is going to be called. We'll see who that's on. Can't quite hear myself on my headset, but as long as it's working on the real stream, we are good. So going on the line for Sussex-Hamilton is Alec Vernon, sophomore, off the rack rim, no good. Goes 0 for 2 on the pair, and a rebound by Colin Lepisto. Caden Gustafson, the leading scorer, and one of my most improved players in the state in our area for sure. That's why we want to get this Waterford team on the network. They got a lot of talent, especially led by Jameson Beasley, senior and junior Caden Gustafson. Gustafson averaging just over 21 points per game on the year. Taking it up the floor for Waterford is Colin Lepisto. Oh, a deep 3-point shot that time is no good that time from Caden Gustafson.
Good to go now on my end.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Bottom of the corner, 3-point shot off the front rim. Both teams can't get any looks early on. But really just think that this type of game is one of those where you got to really just try to figure yourself out. A showcase game as another 3-point shot, no good. There you go. I can hear myself better now. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it will go right back to the Waterford Wolverines. I think we're good now.
All right, good.
Yep.
So far, no score. That's what I'm surprised about early on.
I mean, both these teams, this is a showcase event, so both teams not, too familiar with each other. A non-conference matchup with the Southern Lakes team and Greater Metro. But I've been very impressed with what I've seen from Waterford so far this year.
Yeah,
12-2 start led by head coach Nick Ragland, as a 3-point shot is good to start the scoring. Colin Lepisto getting us started at the Luke Holman Showcase. I like this defensive look right now, kind of shuffling it around.
Yeah, early on.
Zone for
early on. Waterford looking pretty good, tough on defense.
Yeah, good steal that time for Lapista. Lapista looking to run. They got numbers, and the layup is good from Jamison Beasley. So it's a 5-0 start for the Wolverines early on. And Sussex-Hamilton just can't figure anything out right now. Kind of going back to that man-to-man defense for Waterford as a step-back triple, no good from Asher Haas, one of the big names to remember from last year. Hey, something to remember last year from this Sussex-Hamilton Chargers team. Aiden Knopp, Wisconsin walk-on, was a big story for them. We had him on the network against Wauwatosa West in a Greater Metro Conference matchup. That was a really fun matchup led by the now prep player Kai Rogers and Jake Hansen, who's the senior captain for Chris Neubauer's team.
Yeah, we're going to see him on later this week against Brookfield East at Brookfield East, so that's going to be a good game.
Then I think next Saturday we're going to get Dan Wadry's team on. Yep. Brookfield Central against, I forget off the top of my mind, I think it's Whitefish Bay.
Yep.
At 4:30 next Saturday. We were trying to get a game last Tuesday, but as another shot is good that time, Gustafson, the leading scorer for Waterford, gets it to go. We were trying to get a game on last Tuesday, but we might even be worried that some schools might be closed on Tuesday, so we might not even be able to work, too. Just a lid on the rim early on for Sussex-Hamilton. Just can't get into a rhythm. Gustafson, oh, what a drive from Caden Gustafson, 9-0. Waterford and Andy Cerrone has seen enough. 4 minutes into the game and a 9-0 run to open it up. The Waterford Wolverines lead 9-0. More basketball coming your way on Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Back here on Zaleski Sports from the new Luke Holman Showcase at Brookfield Central High School. Elijah Vinksala alongside Matt Peck with you here today on Zaleski Sports. 9-0 advantage in our first of second games in our doubleheader here on the network today. Only 2 boys basketball games on the network. I think there's a hockey game tonight. Spash against the University of Milwaukee School. I think Mike Wendland would have the call for that. And some fans, Waterford fans, arguing that ball was tipped out of bounds and it was going to stick with Waterford. Nothing going so far early on for the Chargers. On the drive, gets a block. Gustafson with the kill on Alec Vernon in volleyball terms right there.
Yeah, like the volleyball terminology in this game.
What a find for Beasley on the reverse layup. And Chase Brechtel, the sophomore, with his first points. How about that? 4 out of 5 guys in the starting lineup, Matt Peck, have scored already for the first 11 points.
Wow.
For Nick Ragland's team.
It's incredible.
And you talk about the job that Nick Ragland has done for this team the last couple of years to lead this Waterford team back up to a really good level as a 3-point shot. Still no good that time. Ryan Heckman. I think some of these looks for Andy Cerrone's Chargers have been really going, but they just can't get him to fall. DeMarcus Allen checking in for Sussex-Hamilton. And I'll take a deep hole early on for Sussex-Hamilton to try to catch up into this game as the Waterford Wolverines have really built themselves up. Beasley, top of the key 3, no good. And that's one of the rare misses you've seen so far early on from the Wolverines. Hamilton swinging the rock around, getting some off-ball screen looks, and still can't make it 3 that time. A couple of misses now for Ryan Heckman. And Gustafson thought about the 3. He's going to spin. Jameson Beasley over to find 2. Ryan Dashner dashing through the paint that time. And how about that now, Matt Peck? All 5 starters for Nick Ragland's Wolverines have scored.
Yeah, I mean, early on, we're obviously used to seeing Sussex-Hamilton be in their prime when we started covering high school sports. They've always been like the top team in the greater metro. This is just surprising because obviously they've lost a lot of starters from the last year.
Brechtel, and a putback that time. And finally, Sussex-Hamilton gets on the board. Timothy Tobolik.
Yeah, that was good find that time for Sussex-Hamilton.
Gotta try to string some stops now. They've been giving a lot of open looks, just like some of this one on the drive. Good move by Jameson Beasley. Just going to chuck up a prayer, and they're going to call it travel. Good defensive stop and hustle that time from number 3, DeMarcus Allen. And checking in for Sussex-Hamilton, number 34, Dane Warren. And for the Wolverines, Bo Veit, who is also the kicker for the football team at Waterford. We covered them week 1 of the WIAA football season against Oak Creek. Not the result they wanted, though.
No.
Safe to say that. As
long
a layup
time
is
ago.
Good that time from DeMarcus Allen. And a quick 4-0 run for Sussex-Hamilton. I'm looking at their bench right now. Look at how huge. Look how many players they have on that bench right now. That is something. Got a lot of depth on Andy Cerrone's team. Maybe some JV guys getting called up today. Chargers going a little bit of a zone right now. Playing it right back. Ooh. Nice spin move that time. And saying with this chest move that time from Chris Tesmer, who also just checked in for Nick Ragland's team. 15-4 advantage for the Waterford Wolverines. In the paint, going up with it that time is Cole Erdman, the sophomore, with his first bucket of the night. And Sussex-Hamilton getting their offense going, but just got to keep finding those defensive stops, and you got to get those defensive rebounds. Ooh, just losing his footing that time is Colin Lepisto. And I'll go right back to Chargers. Chargers looking to run here, cutting it right back to single digits after they started this game down 9-0. Looking to fight back into this game.
Yeah, over the last few minutes, I like more so what Sussex-Hamilton's been able to do because they seem like they've been able to get to the basket a little bit better than they have, really starting out this game early on.
Some of these guys for Sussex-Hamilton, I recognize it from the football team when we covered them earlier this year, especially Cole Erdman. Number 10 on the floor. Really good defense right now from Nick Ragland's team. As a little bit of a push off that time from Chris Tesmer. And the ball will stick with the Chargers with another substitution coming in. That is number 14, Gavin Ragland. Got a lot of great basketball coming your way tonight as another three-point shot, no good. No three-pointer so far to start off the game for Sussex-Hamilton. Jack Young right after this game tonight. Stay with us in a different stream, though, not this stream. We will have you guys for Germantown versus, almost said Wauwatosa. Waukesha, or West Dallas Central. I couldn't find it for a second. All W's. That should be a really fun game tonight on Zaleski Sports for our finale at the Luke Homan Showcase. Caden Gustafson, leading scorer so far. Waterford doing a really good job spreading it out. Corner 3 from Bo Veit, can't get it to go. And the Chargers looking to run. Ryan Heckman, deep 3, gets that one to go. His first triple of the night, and just like that, a 6-point game.
Finally, Hamilton able to get a 3-ball to go down in this game. It seemed like they were struggling early on, but they finally got one, and maybe that'll lead to some more after this. You never know.
After that timeout from Andy Cerrone, the Chargers go on a 9-6 run. May not seem like a lot to some people, but that's a really big run. After being down 9-0 to start, Gustafson trying to respond, but can't get it off the back rim. And the Chargers looking to cut the lead even more and continue that run. Heckman slicing through traffic. Can't get that one to go. Gustafson really trying to seal the ball away from Ryan Heckman right now. Just sealing him off as a defender. And finally an off-ball screen to Heckman. Heckman spins. Going to kick it out. Jack Young loses the ball, tipped out of bounds from Colin Lepisto. They're going to stick with the Chargers. And looking back at the Waterford schedule this season, they still haven't lost yet in the Southern Lakes Conference. They're 6-0. Their 2 losses come to another Greater Metro team, the Wauwatosa West Trojans, 78-65. And their other loss was Racine Park, 86-71.
You're losing Racine Park. That ain't too bad of a loss.
Same thing with Wauwatosa West.
Yeah, they ain't bad either.
Too.
They aren't bad either.
But you got to figure, I've said this already a couple of times, Nick Raglan has really put this program on notice.
Yeah, last year or two, yes. This year especially. This year that team just seemed like they're pretty good this year.
Oh, 3-point shot off the back rim that time. Asher Haas couldn't get the extra roll on it. And back on the other end go the Wolverines. Trying to get an off-ball screen, Beasley. Good find from Gustafson, and the finish. What a find. Jace Brechtel, 4 points for him. And the lead scorer for Waterford with 4 points, with Gustafson and Brechtel both with a pair of 4 points each. Heckman trying to get another triple to go. He hit one a couple minutes ago, but another offensive rebound. And a triple team coming in the paint, going to be a jump ball with Lepisto and Paul Wyden. And the Chargers are going to inbound it under the basket. Ball's going to go right back to Waterford. Seventeen to 9, Waterford leads on Sussex-Hamilton. In the paint goes Dane Warren. Going to get fouled in the post. That time on the foul was Jameson Beasley. First personal foul, 4th team foul for Waterford. Going to inbound it under the basket.
Refs are going to have a discussion here about, I think, the last play. Not 100% sure. But will be interesting to see what they come out with there.
They're looking to do a little bit of a spin inbound here, trying to get guys moving around. That's what I tell my guys. Fortunately, my team lost today when I had coached them in rec ball. Glad I'm here tonight, though. And on the drive right there, ooh, can't finish it, but the putback and a foul that time. Good awareness that time from Cole Wyden just to go up and try to get the and one. Wyden will go to the line for 2. Second personal foul on Gavin Raglan. Goes and bounces the first one in. Got to give credit to Andy Cerrone after that timeout. It really looked like after that first 4 minutes of the game going down 9-0, some people could already tell this game could have gone south already from the jump. But credit to them for keeping this game within 10 or less points in this first half. Good offensive rebound, though, right there from Orlando Humphrey. There's a lot of Orlandos on Sussex-Hamilton.
Seems like it.
Yeah, the ball's thrown out of bounds that time. Good pressure that time from Ryan Dashner. Ball's going to go back to the Sussex-Hamilton Chargers now. Or, pardon me, the Waterford Wolverines. What a great event ran by Brookfield Central, Matt Peck, huh?
Yeah. Let's just say this that way, that, you know, just all the different staff. Dan Wandry, obviously the head coach of Brookfield Central, very friendly. We're going to possibly try to get him on. It depends how busy he is. We talked about it before in an email about getting him on the second game at halftime because he plays in about an hour, so that'd be about halftime of our second game would fit time for him. But we'll just see if he remembers and if he's not too busy, because it seems like he's the only one here, otherwise running the event currently. So
Asher Haas with his first bucket of the night. And just like what Waterford has been doing, Sussex-Hamilton has done the same thing, spreading the scoring out. I like that. Even as a coach, that's a true thing. About on the other end, Waterford, Colin Lepisto with the tray. And Lepisto up to 6 points early on in this first half, the leading scorer for Waterford. Both teams trading buckets right now.
Yeah, early on, Sussex-Hamilton didn't look like a really good start for them, but they've gotten a little bit better so far. But Waterford just looking.
Did you almost say Walworth?
Yeah. Just saying that they just look a little bit better so far, like down the stretch. But they also are 12-2. Keep in mind, they're a pretty good team.
Erdman, what a move in the paint. Gets it off the left side. Cole Erdman, 4 points. And Sussex-Hamilton doing a good job keeping the scoreboard moving, keeping this one an 6-point lead. But they got to try to get some more stops because it seems like a pattern with Waterford trying to keep scoring, as there's another good stop that time. A little bit of forced shot right there from Colin Lepisto. Four, 5 out right now. Spreading the ball around, getting an off-ball screen. Jack Young teeing up the triple. That was Alec Vernon that time, but another offensive rebound. Tell you what, Orlando Humphrey using his size tonight with rebounds, as that one's going to go. Oh, good save that time from Colin Lepisto. And I'll go back to Waterford. Well, they're going to give him a wide open triple.
Wow.
Look, you can't leave anybody wide open like that. Jace Brechtel, he's feeling himself in this first half. 7 points early on for Jace. And a 9-point lead for Waterford, just like that. Every time it seems like Hamilton cuts it down to 6. Waterford's right behind their back to put the buckets right back in to extend the lead. Ooh. Humphrey thought about the 3, and he's going to kind of hesitate, and the pass gets deflected that time. A little bit of miscommunication with Humphrey and Jack Young. Ryan Heckman checking in, as well as DeMarcus Allen for Sussex-Hamilton. A couple subs coming in as well for Waterford as well. $18 players on the roster for the Sussex-Hamilton Chargers tonight.
Wow.
That is something.
That's insane. I mean, we talked about, especially like with Wisconsin Lutheran, how many coaches they had assistantly, but this is the team with like so many players.
And one, saying it with his chest that time, Cole Erdman. And he's putting himself on for a first half right now with the bucket, and he's going to try to complete the and one play to cut the lead down to 6. But yeah, you look at their bench, Matt Beck. There is no empty seat for Sussex-Hamilton on their bench right now.
Oh, I know. They actually, I think they had to put out an extra chair just for that team.
Yeah. The and one free throw, no good, but a good rebound and put back, no good, but a foul. DeMarcus Allen coming down strong with it. That's what I tell my boys too. You got to be able to really box out and stay aggressive on the free throws for a potential and one opportunity. Marcus Allen's first free throw is good. 3 points for him. Cutting the lead back down to 6 once again. And the second one off the back rim, no good. If you were to tell me that Sussex-Hamilton was in this game after that 9-0 start, I wouldn't have really called you super crazy because it's super early on, but really
They've
big
done a
start.
better job. so far down the stretch, especially here later in the first half. They've done a better job to get themselves back in this game. And they just got to get some stops on defense against this Waterford Wolverines. They got a pretty good offense so far, though. It's been a struggle for Sussex-Hamilton, but they've scored and done their job on the other side of the ball on the offense.
Jamison Beasley, being trapped around. And now Hamilton's trying to play a little bit of his own, trapping some corners. But going up is strong that time. It doesn't even matter on the trap for Jamison Beasley. I could do it on himself. He could do it on his own, he says. 4 points for Jamison Beasley. And then another look on the other end. Asher Haas going right back at him.
Yeah, Luke Holman running ahead of schedule. So we might, even last game, there was so much time between games. There's at least 20, 25 minutes. They're running ahead of schedule in this gym. The other gym, I think they're running behind from when I was in there. Obviously, with all the Wi-Fi issues, got to talk to the coach and all those different things.
Oh, crossover, step back. Putting his defender on skates that time, Caden Gustafson. 7 points for him. Seems like every time Hamilton responds with either a 2 or 3, Waterford playing Simon Says with it and scoring it right back with them.
That's what it seems like.
Asher Haas called on the foul. First foul for him, third team foul for the Chargers. Dane Warren coming in. Do we have the halftime thing?
Yeah.
Got a special video at halftime for you guys.
Big announcement.
Big announcement coming that we will all be involved with here in the Milwaukee area, as well as some guys up north. Does a 3-point shot is good that time from.
And depending our interview situation with Laundry, might do it after the interview. If we don't have an interview at all, then we.
Oh, shot blocked that time from Tesmer, just using the height on Asher Haas. Tesmer with that 6'5" frame on the other end, can't get the jumper to go. And it'll stick with the Wolverines with 1:22 left to go. And stay tuned after. I'm going to do scoring after the half as well as a tribute at halftime.
Yep.
All to come next.
We had some issues before the game, so we weren't able to do anything tribute-wise as we wanted to before the game.
Not a good smart foul that time from Asher Haas. As it's going to be a potential 3-point free throws here, right here. 3 free throws right now coming up for Caden Gustafson.
First free throw is right through the cylinder.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Fleet Farm. No matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered at the best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird, farm, snacks. Fleet Farm has you everything you need at all the lowest prices. Felt like I was the only one talking in the gym right there.
That's what I thought too. I'm like, wow, this place went dead silent.
Did you make the first 2? I was busy reading the ads.
I've clicked.
All 3 free throws are good for Caden Gustafson. He is leading the way, scoring for Nick Ragland's team with 10. And our early candidate for Highlight House Player of the Game.
Ooh.
Just chucking it up. Good way to just get it off from Ryan Heckman in the paint. The second time is no good. Both times with the lid on the rim for DeMarcus Allen. He's been doing a good job getting rebounds, but then he clapped his hands saying, how do I not get one of those to fall? Jamison Beasley going to slow it down. A really good first half for the Waterford Wolverines. Offensively and defensively. Especially number 11, Jamison Beasley, can't get it to go. And loses it out of bounds. It'll go right back to the Hamilton Chargers now. Taking it up the floor is Ryan Heckman. Heckman going to drive and kick it out to Asher Haas. Haas, ooh, his defender slipped, and he's going to make his defender pay after slipping and making a man miss. And Asher Haas clapping his hands right now, trying to get his defense fired up for what could be the last possession of this first half. 8 points for Asher. Jamison Beasley. Swing it around. Ryan Dashner. Good pump fake. Gustafson. No good. 4 seconds left. They got to get a shot off. DeMarcus Allen, he's going to have to chuck it up for the buzzer. Oh, off the top of the backboard, no good. And that'll take us to the half of game number 1, ladies and gentlemen, from the, almost said WBY shootout, Luke Holman showcase at Brookfield Central. 34-23, Waterford leads here over Sussex-Hamilton. Stay tuned as we will come back with scoring and our special update coming from Jason Zaleski and Dan Ross at halftime right now.
I got to take off my shoe for the big announcement, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't smell too much. Got to freshen up a little bit of salt on the toe there. So there. So we put that there. We bring that logo on like that. Dame Lillard shoes, Milwaukee Bucks, NBA basketball player. Everybody knows what a huge NBA fan I am.
Right.
Here I am now. I was there for Game 6 of the Bucks championship a few years ago. And
were you at the game, or were you in the
I was at
the
Skeeter
mob
Notices.
outside?
I was at Skeeter Notices, which was a great place to watch the game. We had such a fun time that night over at S&O's. You've been there a number of times. Yeah,
for sure. We threw bags there. We lost a lot of games.
We threw the bags.
Yeah, we lost a lot of games there this summer.
We threw the bags. Well, we won some, but we lost. We threw the bags. The Zaleski Sports and Milwaukee Bucks are partnering here in a few weeks to bring basketball games from the Fiserv around the state, and we've got a 5-game lineup. I'm just going to say, I mean, I don't brag a whole lot. I don't think. Maybe sometimes I do, but we were selected. The Milwaukee Bucks called us and said, "We got to have you, Zaleski Sports. We are infatuated with what you do, just like the rest of the state is, and we got to have you at these games. Can you please come here and help us out?"
When they called,
yeah,
did it come in as spam and go to voicemail?
No, it came in as Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I thought, I better answer this one. No, it was Jill from the Milwaukee Bucks got a hold of us, and we've been working. Well, I'll tell you, we've been working with Jill, and we've been working with Cassie for the last couple weeks to get this thing all hammered out here.
The Deer District, that's what it is.
Yeah. So okay. So right, this is the Deer District Prep Showcase, and this all happens on February 8th. That's a Saturday. Kohler and Lake Mills.
These are good games.
I'm saying. I mean, we are very honored to be selected by the Milwaukee Bucks. So much so, I take off my shoe for them.
I like it.
Hortonville and Oconomowoc, Racine Park and Milwaukee Juneau, Stevens Point and Sun Prairie East, and Kettle Moraine and Nicolay. Got 10 of the finest boys basketball programs in the state.
Yeah.
And 5 games. All the action on February 8th starts at 10 a.m. Keep track of the schedule at Zaleskisports.com.
Is Mark Miller's name on this?
It is not.
And if it isn't, he's jealous, I guarantee.
We are co-hosting, if you want to say it like that, with the Wilson brothers at WIS Sports. Okay. And a matter of fact, Travis and I will be on an interview together here in a couple weeks, and you'll find that talk right on all the regular channels that you all listen to, watch all the time.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Travis Wilson.
And we are a friend of what they do.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now. The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Back here on Zaleski Sports. Yeah, as you guys have known, we're going to start it off with a little bit of a tribute here. As you guys have heard, the last couple of nights here on Zaleski in our area was a Thursday morning we learned of the passing of Bob Uecker, a Milwaukee Brewers longtime sports broadcaster. I want to give a little bit of a tribute to him from the Milwaukee area on Zaleski Sports. Got a little bit of a graphic down here. It's been something special that he's done. The last 54 years, Matt Peck, with Bob Uecker have been something. As we zoom in right now, we'll finish talking about Bob Uecker for a sec here, and then we'll talk about what we got on camera. But Bob Uecker, what has he meant to you, Matt Peck?
Man, as a baseball fan, he was a huge impact. I mean, hearing the passing, I was in the area of American Family Field on Thursday morning, and I went down there like about an hour after it happened, and there was just the first couple like flowers and memorial stuff out there. I mean, there wasn't much. And obviously, as the night went on, it got more and more. So
I'll tell you what, something that that was really humble, like a class act for the Wisconsin people here, was everybody going to his memorial thing at the American Family Field and putting some beer cans up there, some flowers, some candles in honor of him. That shows how much of class Milwaukee fans, Wisconsin sports fans have. And also at that Bucks game, they played Take Me Out to the Ball game last night with the whole crowd cheering. I was in attendance. But before we head to another break here,
it's our friend.
Yep, it's our friend Dan Wandry, the head coach of Brookfield Central. We're still not sure if we're going to get him on yet, if he remembers for that second game at halftime.
He's got a game at 5:30 in the
Lakeside Lutheran, I believe.
Yeah, in the auxiliary gym. So depending on how long that game runs, depending on all different kind of factors, will depend if we can get him on.
I want to appreciate him, Brett Grutzmacher, the principal, and Dan. Is it Dan Kurth?
Don Kurth.
Don Kurth.
It's funny because Don Kurth was sitting right behind those two.
Yep. Don Kurth as well with us. Thanking them to get us accommodated here to Brookfield Central for the Luke Coleman Showcase. But we've got a 34-23 ball game. Waterford leading on Sussex-Hamilton. Waterford's leading scorer is junior Caden Gustafson with 10 points. And then the second leading scorer, Colin Lepisto, 9 points. 4 points for Jameson Beasley. 7 for Jace Brechtel. 2 for Ryan Dashner. And for Chris Tesmer and Jameson Beasley with 4. On the end for Sussex-Hamilton, Ryan Heckman with 3, DeMarcus Allen with 3, Asher Haas with 8 leading the way, Cole Erdman with 6, and Cole Wyden with 3. And that rounds us out here for our quick halftime show here. 2:40 left to go in the halftime show. We'll be back for the start of the second half on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
At Fleet Farm, we're all about your everyday, but not just any old day. Here, every day's opening day. Every day's a school day. Every day's a monster day. And every day is too short. Whatever makes your day, Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
seconds to get closer. All right, here
Back
we go.
here on Zaleski Sports, about to get started underway for the start of the second half. 34-23, Waterford leads on Sussex-Hamilton. Elijah Vincelada alongside Matt Peck with you. Glad you guys could join us here this Saturday evening in the Milwaukee area. Luke Holman showcase here on Zaleski Sports. One of 2 games on the network. I'm doing play-by-play for this first game. Matt Peck will have you on the call for play-by-play. I'll be on color for our next game. It's going to be a thriller with Germantown and almost keep saying Waukesha.
West Dallas
Central.
And we saw West Dallas Central early in the year, and we saw Germantown earlier this week. So 2 teams we've seen.
And here's the thing, too. How many times? We've only had West Dallas Central on once, right, this year?
Yeah. You know what's a cool fact, though? I just realized this. Every time we've done Germantown, it's been against a Brookfield school.
Yeah. Not tonight.
I just realized that.
3-point shot is good out the half. A good response from Ryan Heckman.
What a way to open up the half for Sussex-Hamilton.
Heckman gets the scoring going, and Brookfield Central, or not Brookfield Central.
They're in the other gym.
Kind of fooled me a little bit with the scoreboard. I'm just looking up at it. It just feels weird at times. I mean, it's like WBY as well, being at a different gym or at a gym where the team isn't actually playing in it. Colin Lapisto feeding it around. Ooh, interesting jump shot right there from Jace Brechtel. But whatever works, as long as it goes in, got to give him credit. The one-handed that time, the Rick Barry jumper.
Definitely.
That dude. I hate to bring this up, but remember that dude from Florida against Wisconsin in the March Madness in the Sweet 16? The free throws guy, the under, I think is Brent Barry's son. Am I going to call foul on that?
Just think about it, though. What you just brought up is just fine. That's like me if I have Wandry on at halftime and I bring up Anthony Bull.
Well,
It was on this network. It was in this gym.
It was on this network our last time you forgot his name.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but just think about it, though. That's the last time we were in this gym when that buzzer beater happened.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that was one of the favorite games I've ever watched.
Oh, yeah,
favorite
that was
games
fun.
you probably ever called. As a 3-point shot's no good.
And going into that game, everybody is like, what's Case versus Brookfield Central? Why is that going to be a good game? Look what happened. Everybody was wrong about that.
Asher Haas getting the floor to go. And no, I agree with you, though. That was something. Even on the producing end, before we were able to get both of us on the mic.
Oh, I know.
That was something, though. I think if you had both of us on the mic as Jace Brechtel really saying it with his chest start in this one for Nick Ragland's team with all 4 points. I think if you had both of us on the mic, the people's eardrums with their AirPods or headphones, they would have been gone, broken. That was probably one of the sickest buzzer beaters I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was. Well, just think about it, though.
It's a March Madness type feel moment.
It resulted Brookfield Central at 2 turnovers before that buzzer beater.
Brechtel is hot right now. Cooking with gas. Almost time to call the fire department, but we have him on the line.
9-1. Got him. I put the 9 and the 1 in now.
And Jace Brechtel now the leading scorer with 12 points. All 7 of Waterford's points have come from Brechtel. As now Brechtel doing it on the defensive end.
He
wants to be in the house early on, huh? Gustafson gonna take it up the floor. I think if we end up getting Dan Wandry on at halftime next game, we're gonna talk about Luke Holman a little bit and this event he's run, how good this event has been to all these other teams the last couple of years.
He just went on an interview this morning with Mike McGivern and talked about it.
Nick,
twice in a day he's going to get asked about it.
Wandry?
Yeah, he was on this morning.
He was on too this morning? Wow.
Yeah, I think he sat in the classroom because this event already started by the time that show started.
Didn't he happen to be on the radio the same day we were with, was it 920?
Yeah, I think so.
Last year. I just remember it was the Saturday of Thanksgiving, right? It was.
Yeah, I just remember that we had the Franklin basketball team before us.
Yeah.
Then we went in, and then it was, I think it was Dan Wandry after us.
Not a memorable night for the Franklin Sabres today, though, huh?
No, they fell
to Cedarburg.
40 points before us, I think.
It was 93 to
53, I think.
53, yeah. Trying to stay hot that time. Jace Brechtel. Pardon me on that.
It's funny because I looked at that Cedarburg-Franklin matchup. I thought that was an evenly matched because it was teams with same records. I never expected a team to win by 40 points in that game. that was surprising. We just rolled in like at a little bit before halftime.
You know, you go to these events like this, Matt Peck, and
Yeah.
a team like Sussex-Hamilton could easily beat a Waterford on any
yeah.
given night. Not the case so far tonight, as Waterford doing a really good job.
We need Wisco Lutheran here to check that, test that out.
I want to see a game where Wisco Lutheran plays Kettle Moraine. I'll say
Oh.
that. I think that's a state preview right there. Brian Rickards' team, I got to give credit, though, to Casey Kowalski.
Yeah, he
And
played his guys tough today and almost beat
I
Kettle
always
Moraine.
get mixed up with him and their former football
Keith
coach.
Kwasczynski, yeah.
Skis. Jameson Beasley. Some heavy pressure coming on the off ball right now for Hamilton. Stepping into a 3, Gustafson off the front rim, no good. Trying to shake his defender off a little bit. On the left corner, Asher Haas. No good. Oh, and gets the cookies picked out of the jar that time.
Yep.
DeMarcus Allen and Jameson Beasley taking the cookies out. It's my favorite phrase when someone gets a steal.
That works. Anytime. It's like.
On the inbound.
Ooh.
Cole Erdman gets the finish.
Nice work down low there that time.
Ends a 3-minute scoring drought for both sides. Cole Erdman with 8 points on the night. Hamilton hasn't really walked away with this one yet, but good stop that time in defense from DeMarcus Allen. And the Chargers looking to run. Trying to charge it up right now. You get that?
They used the famous chop. That's what
Yep.
I should say Justin Gum, the head coach of the football team, uses that a lot.
Jack Young with the midi. His first bucket of the night, and the lead cut back down to single digits again. A lot of basketball left to play, ladies and gentlemen, in our first of 2 games on our doubleheader on Zaleski Sports from the Luke Holman Showcase. Wide open 3. Call the fire department, Matt Peck. 3-point shot is good from Jace Brechtel.
I dropped my phone. I can't.
And he may be the early on Highlight House Player of the Game favorite right now with 17 and all 10 coming, or 10 of his 17 coming in the second half. Only 6 minutes in.
Breckman, give me one more.
Brechtel.
Brechtel, give me one more, and then I'll call him.
Caden Gustafson trying to make it rain with 3s for them. Waterford has green in their color.
That
One
is
of my
true.
favorite colors. Oh, not even close that time on the 3 on that left corner from Alec Vernon. And some subs coming in, 21 and 23. Chris Tessmer and Bo Veit checking in. And 34 and 24, Jack Young and Dane Warren checking in for Sussex-Hamilton. Jameson Beasley, one of the senior captains for this team, taking up the floor for Waterford.
The good thing is, no, I'm not even going to say it. I'll jinx us.
No, just say it. I want to hear it now. I want to hear it.
No, it's nothing about the game.
Oh.
I'm just talking about how fast we're moving.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're gonna have to move pretty fast here.
Our game doesn't start for another hour, and this game has got 12 minutes left.
Hey, if that's the case, then we got time.
Yes, we do, and that's all we need, and we need time today.
Yep.
But hey, everything's moving on. Fingers crossed. Everything's moving. Where's their wood? I knocked down wood. Okay, everything's moving on pace so far at this event.
And while we're at it, too, ladies and gentlemen, Zaleski Sports Milwaukee is broadcasting in the Milwaukee area all around. Feel free to put in the comments any game suggestions in the southeast Wisconsin area. We'll have you guys covered as a 3-point shot from Asher Haas goes.
No, what, Elijah, we're going to do this full time.
Yeah.
Quit our jobs. Let's do it.
I mean, this is my job, so put back that time from this is our job.
No, what I mean is quit. No, we'll just quit college. Screw it.
Oh, yeah, quit college. Just
Screw it.
drop
We'll
out.
do this. We'll work on Zaleski Sports.
Bo Veit with his first bucket of the night. That's one of those guys' names that we've heard a lot in football, one of the big kickers.
50 years of service. We'll have 50 years of service before you know it.
I tell you what, I think I forgot about this, though, but we have a special announcement that you guys would have seen from halftime that Jason Zaleski and Dan Ross showed you guys at halftime.
Yeah.
We're going to be broadcasting at Fiserv Forum at the WIS Sports Shootout on February 8th. It's going to be something special. We're going to have all games covered. We were hired by the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah. Another question about that is, where is the Fiserv Forum?
Chicago, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, really?
It's in
So
Chicago.
We're doing games in Chicago?
No.
Nice.
Chicago's the last place I want to be because of taxes right now.
Just the Illinois in general, yeah.
Yeah. I got a couple friends from college that live down there. Like, wouldn't want to be me.
Nope.
James Beasley, what a good find. Oh! Oh, hopefully he's okay. That's Zamir Boyden just jumping over him. He went airborne right over.
That was a rough one.
Colin Lepisto. Yeah, you don't want to laugh at any injuries. That's something to not mess around about. I think that might be a back tailbone area. Yeah, that's not fun.
Hey, if you want America to be happy, they are happy right now. The Texans trail by 1.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
They got the no what?
I give you a
I gotta give you a but the problem is they missed an extra point. Otherwise, they would have been tied.
You know what?
Ugh. Come on, Texans. You need to help America out and win today. Save the NFL. That's what we like to say.
Save from that three-peat, huh?
Even the Bears at this point. Save the NFL. Wait, they're not playing.
Lepisto with the bucket. Wow, we got someone in the comments saying they're watching in Eagle River right now, watching snowmobile races. Oh.
You're up in you're just a little bit north of Zaleski country.
Yeah.
You're a little northeast, I should say.
Colin Lepisto on that other end with his first bucket of the second half, and he's going to go and drive. I think that's Beasley that time.
Well, last year, I got to give the Luke Coleman event this year. They benefited from the Packers not playing this year. Last year, the Packers had a Saturday night game when this event was going on. And obviously, we were sitting at a restaurant/bar down the street from here. Obviously, Champs, one of our that we don't have good luck with the Packers when we go there for the playoffs. But
I tell you what, that's what I wasn't paying attention. Were you saying that we might go to Champs?
Oh, if the Packers were playing tonight, I would.
That's a place. We're definitely gonna go somewhere after the game to watch the Lions funeral, the Detroit Lions funeral tonight, right?
Yeah, you gotta enjoy it. Anytime the Lions lose, America wins.
I want to see one of the Dan Gamble fails, head coach, Detroit Lions. I'm never calling him Dan Campbell. 1 for 2, splitting the pair goes Jameson Beasley. Know that you started that famous nickname.
Yeah, I started many famous nicknames.
Some of them you probably shouldn't.
No, I mean, especially one of Wisconsin's own who plays for the Indiana Pacers now. I'm not going to use that one, obviously, because
I mean, he's still a Wisconsin legend at the end of the day.
Yeah, but he did beat the Bucks in the playoffs last year, which hurt.
That ball goes out of bounds, and it'll go right back to Waterford.
Some of us were miserable after that game.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what.
We didn't expect it.
What was your – I got to ask you this. What was your most painful Packers loss? For me, it was definitely Seahawks-Packers in 2014 still.
There's just
I cried after that game being in elementary school still.
There's so much that's happened over the years. I mean, if you ask me for Brewers, I would say obviously 2018. But when we were at that game in 2023, that was just as bad because we witnessed it in person. You were so close to moving on to the next round, home run. You lost. I mean, so many bad moments in the state that we've lived through.
Oh,
and just think about some of these high school kids have lived through some bad moments too.
Wide open look off of the screen. Good screen that time from Jace Brechtel. He's been all over in the second half. Well, there's offensively, defensively, as a three-point shot is good on the other end. Andy Cerrone wants to take a timeout, and we will take a timeout as well. 49-40, 9:30 left to go. More basketball coming your way on Zaleski Sports.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
Back here on Zaleski Sports.
So, okay, before we come back, I got two things. We're honoring two people on these broadcasts today, both broadcasts. Obviously, Bob Euchre, who passed away on Thursday, but we are also honoring, since this event is named for Luke Holman, former Brookfield Central standout, who obviously we even got a picture of him on the pamphlet right here.
There you go, Matt Peck.
Yeah.
I'll say this though, Bob Euchre.
Yeah.
Even though I've heard some stories from all the up north people talking about it earlier on the network, but he still meant a lot to us down here too. I mean, not a lot of people can make an impact like that. He was like our Vince Scully.
And the sad part is going to be like the day suddenly another broadcast legend who retired a couple years ago, Jim Paschke.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking in my head too.
That's obviously he even used to do the Brewers too on the TV. It's like, holy cow, this guy was everywhere.
I'll say it was cool to get all of them on the network last year with, what was it, Matt Vaskersian.
Yes.
I can't name all of them. I know BA. 3-point shot is good.
Yeah, just like that.
Jack Young starting to heat up in the second half. 8 points. It's cut down to 6, and the Sussex-Hamilton faithful making some noise now. This is probably about the closest the deficit has been whenever they got a chance to. But now Sussex-Hamilton has to play some tight defense. Nick Raglan looks like he's like, all right, let's please hold on to this.
Right now it looks like they're going to be all right. It's still a 6-point game.
A couple defensive stops and a couple buckets can really.
Once you get this game tied, that's when I look, you got to make that there.
It goes off of the knees of Ryan Dashner after the miss. And the Chargers are going to have a chance to cut in the lead even more.
Yeah, you had to finish there, and now the Chargers score here. Even they score a 3-pointer. We got a 1-possession game here, and that's when you look at different things, you're like, yeah, we can't let that happen.
Dane Warren going to feed it around Haas. Off-ball screen.
Ooh.
No.
That almost went in that time.
That would have cut it to a 1-possession game. Can Waterford make it hurt right now off of that painful miss from Hamilton? They could put a 3 back on their own right here. But they're just going to swing it around. The hot hand. Brechtel. Oh cooking with gas here in the second half.
I'm calling him.
Jace Brechtel.
Brookfield Fire Department.
13 points in the second half. Put the fire department on the line. Brookfield, let's go. You got 911 on it?
Brookfield Fire Department, can I help you? We got a guy raining threes in this gym.
I'm sure we're going to get someone like that in the next game too, right?
Germantown and West Dallas Central is probably the perfect candidate for that, yeah. Germantown, who we've seen, is pretty good on the network. And West Dallas Central, who we saw take down Dominican, obviously. They have that, 7-foot Kevin Pittman as well, or 6'11", right around there. But it's going to be interesting to see how Germantown handles him in the next game. And he wasn't even our highlight house player of the game, as much as they could have used him to score that one game.
Gustafson, the pump fake, got his man to miss. The 3, cha-ching. It's raining money for Waterford tonight.
The bank is open.
Yep.
What am I saying?
Cha-ching.
He didn't hit it out the bank. The bank closed at
because they're making all their threes.
The bank is open on Saturdays till noon. My bank is. I don't know about yours.
I'm with my mom works at U.S. Bank, so I'm with U.S. Bank. So
that means you should know.
Yeah. I have no idea. She's worked there for so long too. Hey, how about that though? Waterford, after that lead was cut down to 6. Hamilton made it look interesting. 2 threes, making it rain as they force another turnover. Back-to-back triples. They're really making it hurt right now for Sussex-Hamilton.
Oh yeah.
Taking up the floor now, Caden Gustafson. His 3 on that other end on his last bucket was his first bucket of that second half, the leading scorer with 21 points per game. And this game's starting to, I don't want to say completely go out of hand, but
it's turning more towards Waterford so far. I mean, obviously Hamilton needs to go on a run here.
The threes are really falling for Waterford in the second half.
Ooh, he wanted to take that shot.
They were trying to go 3 in a row right there. Gustafson trying to make his man shake it. Beasley, air ball.
Wow, do we have Do we have some fans here that somebody just shouted air ball, like a bunch of people? It's like there's no student section here.
Yeah, they got a lot of fans in this place, though. Parents.
I saw on social media tonight that Sun Prairie East and Sun Prairie West play tonight on a Saturday.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, no, but a conference matchup on a Saturday like that, that's like.
It would usually be a Thursday at first even, right?
Yeah, that's why I was like confused. I'm like, oh, wow, on a Saturday night.
Asher Haas can't get the floater to go. And the putback, ooh.
Imagine if the green and gold figured out a way to win.
Marcus
Then that would
Allen.
have really been confusing.
Tell you what, we got a lot of rivalries coming up on the network in the month of February.
Sure.
Starting with an SEC conference rivalry in the Oak Creek Knights, traveling to the Franklin Sabres for the last time in the SEC conference.
History, yes, it's going to be history in the history books after that.
And then Oak Creek moves on to the Classic 8 conference for that. Basketball, everything but football.
Not being in there for football is not a bad thing.
No. I'll say this, though. The SEC is improving.
Oh, I'll tell you this, though. Talking about that realignment they released yesterday for the Classic 8, it's going to be
Franklin being in there,
Arrowhead, Oconomowoc, Franklin.
Moraine.
No Kettle Moraine. They're in the greater metro.
Hamilton.
Yes.
These guys.
And then Marquette.
Was one of the Brookfields in there, too?
No.
Or no? Oh.
It's Oconomowoc still.
Somebody from Kettle Moraine's going to the greater metro, right? Yeah, that's what it is.
But it's just like, oh, my goodness, that conference is deadly.
What a move in the paint that time from, who was that? Colin Lapisto. 14 points, but yeah, you got a really good point on that.
That is insane. I mean.
Oh, and another good find on the other end, and we're trading buckets back and forth. DeMarcus Allen.
And guess who replaces Franklin in the Southeast?
Milwaukee
Reagan.
I mean, Oak Creek's gonna have a better shot at conference. I'll say that. I hope they still play Franklin though. I'll say that.
Probably not every year.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
That's always a good rivalry. When would that start though? Not till like 2028, right?
Yeah,
something like that.
No, 26.
26.
Well, it's going to be approved on March something, I think. April something.
So, one more year then of it then?
Yeah, at least.
Of the SEC at least. With that, as Caden Gustafson gets the mid-range to go and a timeout called from Nick Ragland. We'll take a break along with them. 59-47, 4:37 left to go in the game.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
All right, here we go.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, 59-47. Waterford leads on Sussex-Hamilton with 4:37 left to go in the game. Elijah Minxlot alongside Matt Peck with you from the Luke Holman Basketball Showcase on Zaleski Sports. Glad you guys could join us here for our doubleheader. Thankfully, we're going to have a little bit of downtime, hopefully, unless this game, I don't know, where's wood? Where's the wood here? Wherever the wood is.
I made up
Doesn't
wood.
go to OT.
Ask Grutzmacher where the wood is.
But we stay with us here at the end of this game. Since we're in a time crunch, we're going to be doing our Nasonville Dairy post-game show interview with only a player tonight.
Both games only with a player tonight, would just make it fairer for both teams, both winners. Luke Holman Classic, the people that run it give out an award to an MVP for each team, even if the team loses.
Next week we'll get the coaches back on the interviews. Nothing against these coaches.
No, nothing. It's
just the time crunch. The shot is no good right there from Ryan Heckman. Yeah, Sussex-Hamilton really needed to get a couple threes to go lately. They just can't find the rim right now. The net, I should say. Colin Lapisto swinging around to Gustafson. Gustafson drives. He's been the hot hand as of late now and can't get the roll to go that time. Tell you what, we got some sort of crowd trying to file in for that next game, right? You could already tell.
Yeah.
That next game is going to be a big one, folks. You're going to be stay tuned to that one at 6:15, right?
Yes.
Different stream, though, not this stream, as a foul is going to be called good. Draw that time from Cole Erdman. But we got the Nasonville Dairy post-game show with the player after this. And then we got more basketball for our doubleheader on Zaleski Sports at 6:15. And if you really want to get into it, I think University of Milwaukee School plays Spash Hockey at 7. So after our second game, you could go into that.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of Milwaukee on the network today.
Yeah. Let's see here. We got 3 games, so 6 teams. 5 out of 6 teams are from Milwaukee today.
Yeah.
It's probably a record on
Other
Zaleski.
than Spash, huh?
Yeah. Probably a record. Or never seen content before.
Waterford from Racine County. And Sussex-Hamilton, they are, is it?
Greater Metro.
What county?
Oh, shoot.
I'm trying to
Waukesha.
think. Waukesha?
I think it's kind of Waukesha still.
Ozaki?
No.
No?
I don't think so. I think it's in
You're going to look now. Waterford just going to slow it down now, try to find their open looks.
Waukesha. I guess I was right. Waukesha.
Good job, Matt Peck. Know that geography.
I don't know how I did.
I think at some point, yep, you're going to have to foul if you're Sussex-Hamilton. I call this type of moment without a shot clock here in WIAA already victory formation when you're just moving the ball around.
Yeah.
But I tell my boys, too, in rec league, there's no shot clock there as well. You got to press at least at 2 minutes. That's the rule. And then you got to foul at some point. Gustafson going to go to the line for one-on-one. And he knocks down the first pair on the one-on-one free throw. 16 points for him.
If you're watching, please tell me you're rooting for the Texans if you're staying home.
17 points for Gustafson, 7 in the second half. The leading scorer for Waterford so far is Jace Brechtel with 20 points on the night. 3-point shot is no good from Ryan Heckman that time. I think for the interview, I'm not going to say anything yet, actually, because you never know.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, stranger things have happened.
I'll wait till the 1 minute mark to mark my word on it.
Like the show Stranger Things.
Yep. Big TV show guy?
No, I'm not.
I've lately been a big TV show guy. Yep. 3-point shot on that left side is good. Asher Haas, he's been the 3-point man tonight for Sussex-Hamilton. 16 points on the night, 8 in the second half. And a timeout call from Nick Raglin. He could kind of sense that they got to change up the game plan on the press. With 2:10 left to go, the final stretch coming your way on Zaleski Sports.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Back here on Zaleski Sports, 2:10 left here to go from the Luke Holman Showcase. A much better thriller than that first one here on Zaleski Sports between the Wolverines and Chargers. You want to test that, Mike?
Hey, how are we guys doing today?
Oh, that's a little bit loud, but we should turn that down a little bit.
All right. At least I know it works. I'll add some comments if I.
Tell you what, we could add even the crowd audio too as well, right? Hear the atmosphere. Not too many people in the crowd. I think we need to do that for a type of rivalry game like an Oak Creek Franklin, though. Add the crowd noise to it towards the end. 2 minutes left to go, and a foul called right there, and a good defensive stop. Colin Lepisto on the foul on the fast break from Heckman. Sussex-Hamilton not really out of it yet, surprisingly. I mean, they were really fighting down double digits as much as an 11-point lead. Doesn't seem like too much, right? On the drive goes Heckman. He goes glass. Lead cut down to 7. And Waterford got to be a little bit more careful right now. They're going to have to start fouling, and they do just that. They're going to foul Colin Lepisto. Head to the line for a one-on-one. They're going to have to hope for some one-on-one misses. Tell you what, if they get a one-on-one miss here and a 3, that's the best case scenario for Sussex-Hamilton to cut down the lead to 4. You got Jamison Beasley already back on defense. The one-on-one free throw just bounces in. Wasn't pretty. Colin Lepisto with 5 points in the second half, 14 on the night. Can he complete it here? And he can't get the second roll to go. The rim said, you got one lucky bounce already. Gustafson, though, the rim's not friendly to him either, I guess. Hamilton looking to go fast. A big three right here on the left corner. Can't get it to go from Alec Vernon. And that would have been a huge one to cut to 5. The ball going to go right back to Waterford, and another one-on-one free throw coming its way for the Chargers.
How's the crowd sound?
Sounds, let's keep it on for a sec here. Let's see how that sounds. Hopefully it doesn't carry my voice too much from the headset. Is it? All right, good. Maybe we should do this more. Unless I have a probably big call. Obviously for timeouts, we probably mute it for music purposes, copyright purposes. We probably mute that. Yep. Both free throws are good from Colin Lepisto. And a 10-point lead for Waterford. Oh, the shot is rejected that time. You can hear the crowd noise probably there that time. Caden Gustafson with I think that might have even been Brechtel with the volleyball spike. Kind of saying, not today, in the words of the late Dikembe Mutombo. It's good to honor 2 guys on our broadcast today with the event. Luke Holman from Brookfield Central. Did he play at a college as well? Marquette College. And obviously the late Bob Euchre. 54 years in the business. That's something. That's one of the guys we look up to as broadcasters. The second free throw rims off for Gustafson, claps his hands. 18 points for him and a steal from Lepisto. Is he going to showtime? And I don't think he has enough vert for it. He had a big enough lead to do it, but it's good sportsmanship from Colin Lepisto just to go for the layup. As Waterford should hold on with the win here now. As right after this, we'll head to the Nacenville Dairy postgame show. Well, we'll stay here with you here right now. We'll stay here right now. 56-67, Waterford leads on Sussex-Hamilton. 42.9 left to go in the game. It's been a lead for Waterford all game, a little bit of a game summary. But I just think that Waterford has always had the answer for Sussex-Hamilton's runs. Sussex-Hamilton has had some times where they cut the lead down to 6, but in a heartbeat, Waterford would put it right back up to 12 just like that. But Waterford, they're looking to improve to 13-2, and you got to figure a win like this could be huge. Obviously, Sussex-Hamilton, they're a 5-7 team. 3-3 in conference? 3-4 in conference they were in the Greater Metro. The Greater Metro is a tough conference, I'll say that. You got several great teams in there. We could even name them: Germantown, Brookfield East, Brookfield Central, Wauwatosa West. You name it. There's so many good teams in that conference. Menominee Falls, I'll even put it. They got a really tough year. Andy Cerrone, 5-7. As you'll see another Greater Metro team on the network after this game at 6:15. Don't leave us here. We'll go to a different stream. But 42.9 seconds left to go. I think as long as Waterford holds on, I will interview our Highlight House player of the game, Jace Brechtel, after this. As almost a steal that time, but put it right back from Gustafson. I think after the game they do that player of the game thing too, so I'll have time to get down as well, right? Kind of like how the WBUI Rick Majera shootout went out. And inbound to Beasley. He's going to swing it around. They got numbers. They're just going to take the easy bucket. Our Highlight House player of the game right there, Jace Brechtel, with the exclamation point. 15 points in that second half, 22 on the night, to seal a victory for Waterford and improve to 13-2. And he keeps it going with the defense. He says, I'm not done yet. And I think they just slow it down for the last shot. But that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen, for our first game at the Luke Holman Showcase at Brookfield Central. 69-56 is our final. Waterford defeats Sussex-Hamilton. Glad you guys could join us. We're going to head to a game break here. Nasonville Dairy postgame show coming up right after this with Jay Sprechtel and the Waterford Wolverines.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy.
Back here on Zaleski Sports for our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. The first game wrapping up here at the Luke Holman Showcase. Waterford wins. We're joined right now of our Highlight House player of the game, Jay Sprechtel. Jace, I mean, you guys really took the momentum from the start of that game and never looked back. Tell me about how you guys did it on both ends tonight.
You know, it starts with practice. We work our butts off all week long, you know, to play like we do in games. And we play as a family out there, not like for ourselves, but for each other. So that's just where it all stems from.
Talk about how fun this run has been for you guys so far. You guys are 15 games in now, and you're 13-2. Talk about the run you guys have had and how much games like this at showcases against different conferences with high-level teams gets you ready for those big conference games. I know you guys got West Tosha for the conference lead on Tuesday, so how much does this mean?
It's a big deal, you know. I mean, not many teams think a small town of Waterford can come in and beat these teams, so it's really cool, and just got to stay with it and keep working, you know, for West Tosha on Tuesday and the rest of the year.
All right, before I let you go, I'm going to actually have you hold the mic,
right.
And then you're going to look up at that camera, and then you're going to say your name and I'm in the house.
Okay. First and last? Or just
first and last. Yep.
Jay Sprechtel, I'm in the house.
All right. Appreciate it.
No
Thank
problem.
you, Jace.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, that'll do it here for our first game here on Zaleski Sports. We got Germantown versus West Dallas Central. I keep getting that mixed up. At 6:15 on Zaleski Sports, Matt Peck looking at me saying, "Come on, how do you get that wrong?" But we're signing off here on Zaleski Sports for our first game. Waterford defeating Sussex-Hamilton 67-56 here on Zaleski Sports.